Hi everybody. I just wanted to come on this afternoon and kind of give you a little tutorial and let you know how I think things through on some things. In my live on Sunday, I was making some little embellishments, and these I like to have these made up ahead of time so I can just use them on a tag or um, just they're ready. They're ready. I can use them on a book page. I can use them in a journal spot. They're just already made up and ready. I can just immediately stick them on a tag or stick them on a card, things like that. So I wanted to give you an idea of some of the things, some ways that you can see to make things. Now you could use scrapbook paper or all kinds of things. What I am going to use today, and I'm going to just set these aside. Let's see right there. I have this book that I got. It's called the Styles Wars book. I got it at the library sale. It apparently was originally at the Plano, Texas library. Anyways, it has lots of fun pictures in it that make some really cute and great embellishments. Oh, look at this one. That one would be gorgeous. As a matter of fact, let's pull that one out of there and we'll work with it. Oh, there's another one on the back that's really pretty too. So, this is just a book that has some pictures in it. So I have this that I can use, and I have already pulled out some pages in case I need some backgrounds or things. So I have some things out. Another thing you can use is, this is a greeting card, and I cut a couple of pieces off already and fussy cut them out so that you didn't have to watch me do that. But this is just a greeting card, and there's a lot more little embellishments on this greeting card. So those are something else I'm going to use. I have some really cute painty paper over here. This just little pieces of painty paper. You could use scrapbook paper, any kind of thing that has color and design on it. Magazine pictures, anything like that. The idea is just to look around you and use what we have to make our embellishments. So, just going to cut this one out. Okay, we may need something to go behind it. This is a good piece, I think. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. And I'm going to use some book paper. And the book I used last week and that I like to use is very fragile. So I'm going to have to back it with something. And I happen to have a nice big pile of these index cards that don't have any lines on either side. So this book is just falling apart. It's pretty sad. So pull a couple of pages out of it. And the reason for the index card is simply because this paper is so fragile that it's just not going to handle, it's not going to last. So we have to have something that we can back this with that's got a little bit of stability. That's what I'm looking for, the word. I'm sorry, it just went away. Really kind of like that. Oh, that I really crooked today. That's not good. And the idea is just to create several layers of things, just to make a little collage to use as an embellishment. And it doesn't have to be a lot, but having these made up ahead of time means I can grab them when I want to create a tag, or I'm working on a book page, or any of those things. I kind of like that. Now, one of the things I like to do is to distress my edges a little bit, and I am using Gathered Twigs Distress Ink. By distressing the edges just that little bit, you create something that pops off the page a little bit more. It just helps it to jump out at you. Separation of the little elements. It makes it have more of a two-dimensional kind of, three-dimensional kind of thing instead of two-dimensional, because it has more elements in it. Let's turn this around and go like that. Nope, don't like that. Okay. Okay, see, something very simple. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put it down with some glue stick. And a lot of times I build my collage on the book page and then go back and tear around it, just simply because that way I have got it centered. It's easier to tear around it. I'm working on my Birds and Blooms altered book, and these embellishments will work perfectly in that book for different tags and things like that. Now I have this fun little, okay, it went away. Where'd it go? Oh, it's hiding under the paper. I have this, it's the metal edge from a piece of wax paper box, and it just lets me tear this book page nicely. And this is almost a tag in itself. I don't like the square corners, so we'll pull those off. Now, as in my other little embellishments here, I'm going to back this book paper with some index card, simply because the book paper in this instance is so fragile. And it doesn't have to be straight, real straight or perfect or anything, because what we're doing is we're just reinforcing the book paper. If the book paper weren't so fragile, I wouldn't have to worry about that so much. And see, it's just going to fit inside there. Let's get a fresh page for glue. And there we go. Now, that is just a simple little quick type collage to create embellishments that can be used on tags or on your book pages. That's just one more little element to add. This one right here could be used as a journal spot. It's got a nice white back, and it could be used just as a tuck in and use it as a journal spot. So now I want to use the card. I want to use a couple of these little pieces from the card, and this time I'm going to use some of my book paper or my painty papers. I want something that's not too outrageous, but yet something that it's going to show up on. So there's a nice big dragonfly. And here's a dragonfly down here too. I think I like this one right there. And this is going to create another little kind of embellishment, but something that is totally different than the other one. Now, I have to decide how big we want this. I don't want to lose all of the dragonfly in the background. I think this is a little too big here. All right. Sorry, did I move it off camera? And again, we're going to back this with a little piece of our index card. Now, this one, I don't want to put this vintage ink on the back of it, around the edge of it, but I do think that our pieces need to have something that calls attention to them. Something that makes them stand out just a little bit. And I have this ink called Dusty Concord. We're going to see what it looks like. Now, one of the things when you're not sure you might want to do is try it out on a scrap of some other scrap. I mean, on this, I'm going to try it on this index card. Oh, come on now. Doesn't want to open. We may not be going to use this, guys. There we go. Can you tell I haven't used it yet? And it's just a nice kind of dark dusty purple, so that ought to work real well. And I am just going to ink up the edges of my little pieces. Like I said, you could do this with magazine pages. You could, you know, images from magazines, anything. The idea is just to create some little embellishments that you've got done ahead of time. Okay. Now, one of the things I thought about when I saw this one is I think I want to round the edges a little bit. Not the edges, but the corners. And if I'm going to round the corners, and if I'm going to ink it, I want to round the corners first. So let's take these off too, so that we're not letting them hang over. Excuse me. So once again, we're going to break out the glue stick. We want to put this in and our little butterfly in. Now, for some reason, I think this one needs a little tiny piece of fiber. Let's see what I've got. I just want something just to add a little bit more. How about that? Now, before I put that down, I'm going to ink around the edge. And there again, when we go to use this, then it's all ready to lay in to our journal or whatever. Now, this one, I think the vintage type book page just really doesn't lend itself to this one, so that's why we're going with these. And due to the fact that I've got that fiber down there, I am going to use this liquid mono glue, this aqua glue from Tombow, because it will just work a little better with this fiber in here than a glue stick would. I'm just putting some glue down, and then I will put glue on the back of my little piece from my card. We have to hold it for a minute or two. Sorry, I got off camera again, didn't I? It kind of looks like an ATC as well. So these little embellishments are just something that you can grab, make a card, do something like that with. They're great for journal spots and tucks. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and thanks for coming to visit. Now go this afternoon and have fun, make some art.